What's good, fam? Kendrick Lamar is breaking his silence on August 28, 2026, with a move that makes Drake's pivot to kick streaming look like a midlife crisis. While Drake is out here barking on camera for attention, Kendrick is getting ready to drop a track titled How to Pray on Dahi's debut album. This move shows he is playing a completely different game than his rival because it features Amber Mark and was first teased on Gilga Radio in July. Desperate attempts at radio hits or generic pop records are not his focus here, as the track serves as the lead feature on Dahi's Black Boy Alternative. High-concept artistry that prioritizes deep substance over cheap viral moments is the new priority, and it signals a full cultural eviction of his competition. Drake's current formula cannot compete with this level of artistic intent because he is too busy chasing teenagers on streaming platforms. Snippets we heard on July 20th already have fans claiming that Kendrick is taking the Conscious King title back for good. He is not making songs to fill a playlist, but is instead creating a legacy rooted in the culture rather than the algorithm. Kendrick's dominance throughout 2026 is backed by a massive victory lap that has left the entire industry stunned and speechless. His Grand National Tour grossed a staggering $358.7 million across only 47 shows, which is an absolute masterclass in efficiency. On February 1st, 2026, he swept the Grammys by taking home Best Rap Album for GNX and Record of the Year for his track Luther with SZA. A Super Bowl 59 performance in New Orleans followed that up, and people are calling it one of the most watched halftime shows in history. While Drake is fighting for his life to stay relevant on Kick, Kendrick is being honored at the High Museum of Art in Atlanta on August 22nd, 2026. The event is called On Art and Music Element, and they are breaking down his production as literal fine art for the world to see. Legend status is the goal now, moving Kendrick into that upper tier, usually reserved for artists like Jay-Z, who have transcended the booth entirely. Hip-hop is being treated as a serious medium that belongs in museums, while his rival treats it like a background for a gambling stream. Scholars are studying one man, while the other is being laughed at by teenagers in a chat box. The fall from grace for Drake has been documented by some of the biggest publications in the world lately. The Guardian described Drake's current era as a midlife crisis pivot into the creator economy, which is just a polite way of saying he looks desperate. Recent months have seen Drake live streaming on Kick and engaging in viral antics that would be embarrassing for a teenager. Barking on camera and sleeping on dog beds are just some of the ways he is trying to get people talking about him again. This shift to influencer status is a massive decline when you compare it to Kendrick's stadium-filling and Grammy-sweeping run. Everyone who actually cares about the music is calling the Iceman rebrand a massive cope. GNX remains the gold standard for 2026 hip-hop quality, and nothing Drake does on a stream can change that. Controlling the narrative through kick streams is the plan, but Drake is failing against the undeniable musical output Kendrick delivers. A monument to his career is being built by Kendrick, while Drake is just building a highlight reel for a platform most people do not care about. Astronomical levels exist between them because Kendrick is aiming for immortality while Drake is just aiming for clicks. Meaningful work proves that you do not need to be online every day to stay relevant. When the music stops being the main focus, all you have left is the noise and the gimmicks. The August 28th release of How to Pray will be the final moment for anyone still questioning the status of this battle. Kendrick is working with producers like Dahi to redefine the boundaries of modern hip-hop through sounds that feel genuinely new. His upcoming work represents a massive shift in how the industry views the top tier of rap music. By focusing on high-concept art, Kendrick makes his rival look like a fading relic from a pop era that no longer carries weight. Fans are already pulling apart every layer of the snippet because they find more depth there than most rappers put into a full album. You can see the clear divide between an artist who respects his listeners and a celebrity who only cares about staying relevant at any price. Kendrick is essentially handing out a cultural eviction notice to those who tried to put streaming numbers above the actual music. The streets are locked in for August 28th because the whole world stops to listen whenever Kendrick decides to speak. While Drake stays on Kick playing games, the real culture is moving forward without him. Kendrick is not just winning a temporary beef, he is securing his place in the history books of rap music right now. Before we look at how Drake is trying to sue his way out of this ill, tell me what y'all think. Did Kendrick officially evict the boy from the culture with that stadium run? Let me know in the comments if it is really over for the 6 God no cap. While you at it, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's continue and see why Drake just filed a massive 100-page lawsuit against his own label. While Kendrick moves through museums and stadium stages, Drake has shifted his focus to the courtroom because he thinks that is the only place left to get a win. In January of 2026, his legal team officially filed a massive 117-page appellate brief to revive his defamation suit against Universal Music Group over the song Not Like Us. The whole situation feels like nasty work as the suit claims that Universal intentionally pushed false allegations regarding pedophilia to ruin his reputation. The industry sees this as a desperate attempt to erase a historical loss since he could not handle the pressure in the recording booth. Legal experts from Yale Law School have already spoken out and criticized the appeal as being completely nonsensical and a threat to creative freedom. If a rapper can sue every time a diss track hurts their feelings or their brand, the entire foundation of hip-hop culture is in serious danger. My thesis on this battle is that by suing over these lyrics, Drake is telling the world he cannot win a lyrical war and must resort to litigation rap instead. The filing acts as a white flag disguised as legal jargon, and it shows a level of desperation we have never seen from a top artist. The contrast is unbelievable when you look at how the year is playing out for both men. Kendrick is winning a Grammy for a track like TV Off, which focuses on pure expression, while Drake spends his time filing lawsuits to silence his rivals. One man is being honored for his creative work, while the other tries to weaponize the law because his music was not strong enough to stand alone. The battle in court is not about finding the truth. It is simply about Drake searching for a technicality to save his pride after a massive defeat. The truth is that you cannot sue your way back into the heart of hip-hop culture, no matter how many lawyers you hire. This 117-page legal brief looks like a final act of desperation from a man who has completely lost his grip on the narrative. While Drake spends his time fighting in a courtroom, Kendrick is busy letting the music do all the talking on August 28th. Rumors are already flying that Kendrick Lamar will headline Coachella in 2027, which is his first return to the desert since that legendary performance in 2017. That festival will be the perfect stage for him to prove he is the undisputed king of this entire era. DJ Academics reported that Kendrick is working on a new project for the end of 2026. So this feature on How to Pray is really just a small appetizer. Kendrick did not just beat Drake in a rap battle, he kicked him out of the Big Three conversation and demoted him to the level of a random kick streamer. This cultural eviction is finished because the gap between their legacies has never been wider than it is right now. Before we see how Kendrick handles that Coachella stage, tell me if you think Drake officially killed his legacy by taking this beef to the courtroom. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are down there in the comments. Kendrick is out here making history and honoring the culture, while his rival is looking for an exit strategy through a weak legal loophole. On August 28th, we are going to see what real artistry sounds like when Kendrick Lamar steps back into the light. Drake can keep his 117 pages of legal complaints because the fans are only interested in hearing the music. This war is over, and the winner has already been decided by the people who actually care about the music. Kendrick is moving forward with a legendary run that will be studied for decades, while Drake stays stuck in a loop of litigation and streaming antics. Those desperate legal maneuvers will be forgotten by next year because the choice between art and courtrooms has never been clearer than it is today. Kendrick is the king for a reason, and August 28th is just going to be another reminder of why nobody can touch him. He is letting his art speak for itself while his opponent is begging the courts to speak for him. This is the end of an era and the beginning of a total Kendrick Lamar takeover that will change the standard for being a global icon.